the collective real quick. I just want to say that I am on Patreon, and then on top of that, I have different content discounts and everything, freebies on there constantly. So please go ahead and check. If you're on my Patreon, please make sure you check your email or make sure you go check the Patreon post, the feed, so you can see your videos. So, anyways, I want to show you guys something really cool. Um, and that is the fact that we are moving into a new state in this warfare. Now, some of the things I'm going to show you guys are it's just going to be quick and simple, but these are the different death management systems that were given to me and a few other high priestesses that I've been working to realign the Galactic Federation. Now, when you guys see these, you're going to be like, whoa, this is like very like statistical. So I want you to brace yourself. But long story short, I have like books here and I writing all day and making speech and doing a whole bunch of stuff and a lot projects, books. Please check out my website, My Aquatic Life, a book on for kids and adults on neuroprogramming and aquatic structures that we don't know about, aquatic anatomy. Yes, you have brains like octopuses, you have nervous systems like jellyfish, and they are attacking them, and you don't know that. So check that out. Check out the new warfare.io. All of it's on my website, newchemistry.com. So I was given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 systems to download for public health management. That's for renewing land, renewing water. That's for triaging mass death, so removing mass amounts of people from the planet. That's for bringing new plants and animals onto the planet as well. That's for triaging crime, and this is also for triaging disease and bad financial systems. So the funny thing is, out of this, when I started to put down these systems, right? The way that it works is it comes with the speech, and this is going to be the new system. This is actually, I'm working with the CC and a few other institutions on bringing this into like all systems. It's not a matter of if, but when, because everything is done for, and there's been a bunch of bullshit going on. But long story short, I want to show you some of the models that I get downloaded. These are some of the death models and how to put them together, and the different statistical models that they make. There's a lot that goes with this. These are some of the death models. I just color them in, and then what I do is I write down like what are the equations? What is the specific speech that is being invoked here? What is the specific pattern that's being invoked here? And then what ends up happening is when you put all these different speech together, it creates something called Swezwane, right? Now, Swezwane basically is how to track the mass removal of a toxic energy. So Swezwane is something that's used by all indigenous groups that have had some type of warfare or something like that they needed to bring down. So on top of these different like systems that I just showed you, I'm also bringing down Swezwane, right? And I'm just kind of going through because I have so many different like public health models that we're bringing down for all the stuff that's going on right now. And I may be at Bioneers this year. You guys look into that. I know a lot of people are going to Bioneers. Look into this in the community. I may be going to Bioneers this year. So look for me there to come and present. I talked to Nina and Kenny. So Swazwane basically is how when you put down all the speech, put down all the systems, it will create specific like energetic movements. But these can then be manifested in charts and bar graphs and Excel. So you can track like by doing energy work and stuff like that, how it will come out. It's a specific type of like coding, but it's not hard because we're commitants. So there's a bunch of systems like how to invoke the poisonous turnip from the Igoro Federation, the Filipino Federation, Panangawasan. Thank you so much, High Priestess. The Ouroboros for public health model. This is the Ouroboros, basically a snake eating its own tail. How to get karmics to basically circle in on themselves and abate themselves and get rid of themselves and let the trash take itself out while managing karma with the Astros, aka the Daisy, down there. So these are some of the systems that we brought down. There's a lot going on here. These are just my raw notes, not the book. This is going to be a whole entire book. And it's basically about how the Riverpie Federation, the Seminole Federation, and the Iroquois Federation lived in 3 different places, but they all got together via teleportation to create a shared federation, a shared language, and shared divination patterns for public health. So some of you guys don't know that the Iroquois people, you know that one of the things that the United States government gives them credit for, if anything else, right, after stealing everything and forcing them off their land, is the fact that they created governmental systems. So all the women would vote, the high priestesses. And these high priestesses downloaded the system to me. This is how we managed public health. This is how we managed toxins. This is how we got rid of waste, managed animals, everything. So the Suquamish tribe giving us the animal management speech, because that's also in these systems. So I just wanted to show you some of the things that we've been doing behind the scenes and why I've been so busy. So, how do I use this? Now, one of the things here that you guys are going to find out is there's more systems here, right? I'm going to talk about the ear grizzles, right? Sorry. This is from the Viet Cong, and this is called the Viet Quang Wang, and basically the system of dealing with the white man who doesn't know himself. And this is what they invoked during the Vietnam War, because you know that no one won that war. The Vietnamese won the war, right? Because they said, "Oh, we just conceded." No, you didn't. You got your ass whooped and poisoned and hit up, and you started some shit with Agent Orange that really landed in so much spell work. There's white people still have not recovered in terms of their reproduction from what happened in the Viet Cong, and that's all I got to say about that. Because when you play too much, well, Swatswane. And this is the map and pattern that is to make as you lay down the speech and lay down the systems. So this we track, and then there's a whole bunch of stuff I've been doing with statistics, classes and training that you guys are going to be getting. I put a lot of stuff on my Patreon, so you guys go into that, go learn, go educate yourself. There's systems that we're bringing down from the Zulu Federation, the Hopi Federation. The Hopi and the Seminole also had a shared system for land management, because the Seminole had something for transportation, because they used to help a bunch of people, because they started together in space, and they will still go back and forth to space. Like, hey, I just saw you today at the meeting, but I'm going to space tomorrow to go see High Priestess. Oh, okay. Because they move back and forth, not spaceships just teleporting. But we have those too. So this is exposing a lot, because one of the things that's coming out is the Iroquois, the Iroquois Federation, the Seminole Federation, and the Riverpie Federation. Riverpie was in Arizona, New Mexico. Seminole was in Florida, and the Iroquois were in like Michigan. There is in San Francisco streets named after native indigenous people. All of those streets are named after these three federations. All of them. Not a single one is out of this category. So now there's discussion about how those priests from the Catholic Church are still alive in Brazil running around starting shit with John the God, right? So there's been a lot that's been coming out. So this is where we're bringing down these systems. We're bringing down the this is the Igbo financial system. This is the Igbo Kwazuego system. So we're bringing down all these different systems. This one has something called the RAT system, RAT, right? But the way that they say it in Igbo is Igreguzwezwe, the how to deal with the thief. But we call it RAT, rectify, address, and tame. So what's happening here is you guys are going to be getting to use this speech if you're working in these systems. There's one for foster care. We've been bringing down maternal child health. The funny thing is about maternal child health, that one is a little bit more wicked. And that system is really about triaging illegals and blocking karmics from having kids and cleaning up what the biotech industry started with cloning and IVF and do this and do that, and karmics getting injections to go be super hormonal and get pregnant when they're not supposed to and do a bunch of bullshit. So those are the systems that we're bringing down. We're also bringing down speech from Uzbekistan. We're bringing down the Abrograzigran. And that's basically the system that breaks your body down. So basically this is like for people that like when you play too much, you get hit with this and then it breaks down your whole blood on your DNA. And it makes its own Sweswane pattern and tracking system and metrics. Right. So these are the type of systems that we've been playing with. This is like very deep work. I've been in a lot of meditation, contemplation, working, bringing stuff down, bringing down like a lot of like indigenous anatomy, aquatic anatomy, hyperdimensional anatomy. And then on top of that, I want to talk about something called chemical banks, right? So what is a chemical bank? So basically, let me pull this up real quick so you guys can just see this. So basically, a chemical bank is a system that you can use to convert the cost of a material that you have in your hand and digitize it. So, oh, I have a gold necklace. I can just go online and type in, I have a gold necklace. There will be a specific force of physics that is ejected from the server. It goes onto that necklace or gold or element, and it will then assess its value. You can even type in certain things to like if you want to be like exact, like I got it from this store, it's this long, this is the type of cut, etc. Right? So you can go and then upload that to the computer and get the monetary value for that. How? Because gold, the element exists in several places all at once. You're only tapping into like one out of trillions. But there is a lifetime cap on how many times you can cash out. You can also cash out on your astrology because it's all about chemistry. So if you've been a good Virgo, a good whatever sign, a good whatever, that's actually a certain cost on that because you've actually gone into a specific chemical state that you can now cash in on. And people think this is a joke, but it's real. Chemical servers are real. And like, think about when you go to the doctor and you're hooked up to an IVF, that's a server, right? And now one of the things here is you can like have specific you can type somebody's name in and type into a chemical server and pump chemicals into their body, which is what they do now to attack people and harass people versus spell work. And I know Diamante, aka Saweetie, she got put into one of those chemical servers because Quavo said something that somebody I guess took it the wrong way, like, oh, you didn't tell me good morning today. So now I'm gonna go and like act a fool and do too damn much. So now look at this. This website's called Chemistry Direct. You have to have like a specific type of like one here and buy chemicals. But look at the price per unit of melanin, $1,300. Now my thing is, ooh, per gram. And this is synthetic melanin. Because this melanin that they're looking for is human melanin. So they can make clones. How much is gold a gram? Wait. Diamonds and pearls. If I could, I would give you the world. Would you want to have a boy or a girl? Because some of you guys are going to start singing that because now someone just looked at their skin and said, she just pinched herself and said, sing. I can see a lot, sister. Thank you. It's high up here. How's the weather up there? Don't ask me. I am the weather. Speaking of, we've replaced the Hadley cells. That's why the weather calmed down. It was a really good day today in LA. Cost of gold. So let's look at the cost of gold per gram. Ooh. Oh, it's going up. Way up because someone was spying and running their mouth. $60 a gram per gold. Okay. Wow. 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 Hold up. Hold up. Right. Could it be that the African American community has gotten the reparations? Dun, dun, right. I just saw Quayla Ray with like a Carmen Sandiego hat on. I'm laughing so hard. Could it be that the black community has finally realized something? But I'm dark skinned, but I have no melanin. How? Because I did a bunch of murder, started a bunch of bullshit, played with spell word, gangsta people around my mouth, or did whatever the fuck I wanted to do. And then my zodiac sign also contributed to it, so I can't play with this platform at all. Ooh. Where does the money come from? You. Do I get lighter? Do I lose something? You don't lose anything. You just get to capitalize on keeping your melanin clear and clean and like pristine. It's like God saying here, I gave you a system to digitize this because I see that there's a bunch of motherfuckers that are really goofy and stupid. So I'm just going to reward all of you guys in front of them and just ignore them. Just to show them who my children are. Right. Because God is like, because I'm cool like that. I'm cool. Dun, dun, dun. Stop playing with me. So gold is $60 per gram. Melanin is about whew, baby. But what we will do is standardize the molecular differences in size of the molecule and weight in molecule because wait and wait for the weight. It will show that there's a weight. If you wait for the weight, please await. Thank you. Await the quake. Thank you. I just broke a big ass spell with the metric system. Thank you so much. And it's just like word magic that they constantly like weave into all this bullshit ass mess. Now look into this because people, I write this stuff down and like I do ghostwriting for some rappers and people would not these niggas that are selling their mixtape in front of the BART station. Please, I'm beyond that. They got that off my YouTube channel. And sometimes things come up that are very educational and intuitive. So, well, we see per ounce. Wow. Could it be that, whoa, Queen, why don't we use we just let's standardize the cost of melanin per gram because there's 8 types of melanin. And if you're a sellout, it's not the same cost per unit. It may be like 24 cents. Yeah. So now you understand where cryptocurrency comes from. Right. So now, because, thank you, they tie you to a chemical server and they rip energy out of your etheric field. And then they use that to make bodies and do a bunch of bullshit in space and say, here, just destabilize the whole system and create inflation. And it's called Bitcoin. It's digital. Remember, when I was talking about blockchain and crypto, I was talking about making platforms and creating your own community systems. Before you guys say, didn't you say? I did say that. Thank you. Because you stock everything except for the truth, which is a chemical sequence in itself. But how much is that? We don't know. Why? Because the chemical sequence is unknown. Wow, Queen, you're really on a whole other level. How do I poison my baby daddy with this chemical server? Because he's watching your channel and just found out I was playing with La Luna Nata. That's why. Thank you. The Green Raga is done. So, what we will do now is go into calculations to figure out how to standardize this. Because gold can get volatile, but we will go ahead and we will work with the molecular weight of gold. And then I sound like Takeoff, Kershnick. He is so funny, and that's how he talks. He's very educated. He's still around. He's in the hood. Even though our brother passed away, because he teaches and stuff like this type of work. They have his federation, him and Quavo, they have a specific type of work. It's like a language called ear, but this like language called ear, it changes your molecular structure, and then you can change the molecular structure of things around you. Right. So you guys have crystals, necklaces, gold, stuff like that you can like meditate into, or it's been on your body when you're going through trauma and you changed its molecular structure just by holding it down and transmuting trauma and energies. Right. And remember the gold flame meditations, bringing those type of things into will heighten your molecular structure and then you're worth more. Some people say, I don't have melanin. What do you have your zodiac chart? Because I wasn't being a ratchet ass Sag. Hey, queen, that ninth house is popping. Now I'm training to be priestess. Right. Okay, that looks like $24,000 because you perfected a chemical state. Thank you. Like I said, diamonds and pearls. If I could, I would give you the world. Would you want to have a boy or a girl? Baby, my masculine is just sitting here like laughing at me because I'm really taking it way too far today, and that's fine. That's fine. So we're gonna go ahead and standardize like melanin, right? So there's 8 types. This is the current price. This is a little bit costly because they're looking to make black and brown clones to start a bunch of bullshit. Like because now it's interesting to be brown, right? Because this was like $130 like 6 months ago, and I have screenshots. So the biggest thing here is we're gonna go ahead and standardize the cost of melanin. That's just simple math. It's like it's 4 different data points. Okay, within the equation, you have to follow PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Parentheses, exponents, that type of thing, and then we will get a number for melanin. That's around like 255 a unit, 255 a gram, right? And then we have 8 types. Right? So now with the 8 types of melanin, not all of them are the same cost. Now some of you guys are gonna be like, oh, queen, how do I get my melanin to be the most popping and more expensive? Okay, because you'll see you're gonna be popular. This is how you get your melanin lit. Don't eat pork or beef. Stay away from dirty ass dick. 3 types of meat. Okay. Go be with your mate or your twin. Stay away from ratchet assholes that like running their mouth and doing what Kim and Stephanie do and get on YouTube. Stay off the computer playing with people. Stop playing with spell work. Stay out of charges. Stop trying to get other people charged. Mind your business. Wash your pussy. Wash your dick. Wash your ass. Stay in your lane. 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 Hey. Find your speed. Okay, and stay away from me. Period. The biggest one is staying away from me and my twin. That's the biggest win right there. That's the biggest game. You're gonna win big, I'm telling you. Right? Fresh like mayonnaise. That's why a fucking nigga can't stand me. Ho! Bitch, I'm big timing. Bitch, I'm big timing. Right. Hey, fresh like mayonnaise. That's why you can't stand me. Ho! His melanin is worth something. Don't tell him nothing. His melanin is actually in the millions. Okay, it's in the hundreds of millions. Okay, go ahead, brother. So what if my melanin, all the melanin in my body is worth like $300 million? That's very interesting. Now, one thing that you will find is that there is now a market that has been created from this app and this technology. Ooh, I can cash in. I can get my mortgage because it's like money. This is money. I can get my mortgage through here. I can find apartments through here. Now, guess what? We've created a circular economy that is locked based on melanin. Whoa. And guess what? We didn't have to call anybody a hotep, and by the way, if you ever disrespect my mate again, calling him a hotep, or even playing with his name, because his name is Imhotep, if you ever play with him or play with my name, talking about your Imhotep on LinkedIn, I will slap the taste out of your mouth. Did you hear me? Thank you. You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do any rituals. You didn't have to start a bunch of bullshit. You didn't have to steal. You didn't have to lie or run your motherfucking mouth. You just have to keep it lit, keep it real, and keep it super simple, right? I'm in your city. I'm in your city. That's Gragasan. Baby, won't you come and see me? Right. That's what someone is saying because Oh, I remember there's a dark skinned woman that I was playing hella games with. I'm in your city. I am too at the clinic because you burnt me or because I'm about to go see about this melanin fuckery on my son. So someone just saw that and said, oh no, that's me. That's Queen. I see you wearing a black jacket. Ooh. I can see. You really don't know how far I can see. Oh, that's yeah. Since like I said, I'm going into the legal system. Now, because you'll find that you're gonna be popular. I'll stop playing with you. So now it has come to the realization that the Boondocks is not only real, it's going to be our everyday life. And Granddad will be here. Thank you. Black people with money unnecessarily and doing ratchet shit with it. Hey, you deserve it, right? Let's do too much. Now this is when you're gonna stunt and clout chase. Not when you get your taxes and you need to be buying your baby diapers and new clothes, but you're buying crab and shit like that. By the way, if you're in the black community and you're eating crab, salmon, stuff like that, you're not getting any of this because we're aquatic too. You have an octopus, a fish body, a jellyfish body, and stuff like that. When they say, "Oh, your pussy smells like fish," that's interesting because there's actually a plant that smells like that too, and that's what they're binding to your pussy. That doesn't smell like me. Don't disrespect me. What you're smelling is the repellent in me. That's how they talk, right? So there's like little things that they did like that to weave like us not wanting to be aware of aquatic life. Or, oh, she's fish. Yeah, I am a fish. I'm a high priestess. Why are you? What do you mean? Why is that a derogatory term towards me? Do you see? So you guys cannot be doing stuff like that too if you want to get your melanin up to be on this chemical server. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't have to worry about if you're going to be on there or not. If you get on there and you find out you're a sellout, you have no money. So that's like, oh, okay, great. That's fine. If you get on there, you find out you have money, good, you have money. That means you didn't do stupid shit and you wasn't starting shit. There you go. It's super simple. This is what we're going back to, right? Keep it lit. So you have 8 types of melanin, right? These 2 types of melanin, there's 1, 2, 3 categories of them. And each category is going to be ascribed the specific value. So let's say, for instance, there's 3 categories. You have 255 as now the standard. So we're going to split that into 3, right? 255 times, it's not, sorry, it wouldn't be multiplied. It would be times, right? 255 times what? Because there's 3 times 0.33, because that would be like a third, right? And then from there, you're going to find that number and then add it, then subtract it from 255. That's how much you're going to find out. And that's like about like 204, right? And then you're going to do that again for 255. That's like how we're going to find this number. I'll do the math, right? So we'll find those here. So let's say, for instance, it's 255, 3 categories of melanin, main melanin. Okay, so we have 255. Now people are like, oh, you're not a crackhead. No, I just act like one. So, oh, I'm just extroverted. Oh, right. So you have 3 categories of melanin. One, the highest one is 255 because we've a gram, 255. The second one is like 204. And let's just say, figuratively speaking, because we haven't done the math yet, it's around like 189. Do the math. Whoa, okay, you're close. Thank you. It's about like 189, right? So you're in one of these 3 categories. So let's, for instance, then there's the 8, right? There's 1 here, 2 here, 1, 2, 3 here. Okay, so then what's going to end up happening is this is going to be split into 3, 2. And then based on which one you have, that's the cost that you're going to get per gram. And how do I know how much I have, like how much melanin I have in my body? This is the thing. You don't have to worry about that, right? Because there is a specific, let me show you a molecular, how are you doing this? You guys have no fucking clue what's been going on behind the scenes. That's done for. A molecular layer. I'm gonna show you like a this is like cells, but let me just show you like a physics layer. You guys know when they have like these like little like this is a layer. Okay? So what ends up happening is, let's say for instance, okay, I type myself in here. One of these gets sent out towards you. And then what happens is it scans your molecular layer and then feeds it right back into the system through a server. And this is just etheric technology. Like you guys saw the neural network and stuff like that. And how do you do that? So when I go into the back end of the code, let me just show you some code that I've been playing with here. Let me go ahead and put this up real quick. I have some code that I've been playing with here and there, just like going through the code. Because coding is a type of divination. And then my baby daddy's like in that. Okay. Okay. So this code that you're seeing right here, this specific code is like the Bitcoin. This is the original Bitcoin like technology and code. So through this, I was able to kind of go through, and what I did was write out how they've been like tying people to servers and stuff like that. That's right here in the bold. So kind of going through different code. So what you would do right here, right, is you have a code like this. Let me file files and folders. So you have a file, and a file in this system is like a block. But the thing here about Bitcoin is like they say that within the Bitcoin server, everyone is a node or some shit like that. The way that it's designed is like this and this and that. And that's not true. It's very like delusional. But here I can put like file, right? Open block file. But open block file would be open server, open gold server, right? And then I can say open gold server, right? And then say what file, say it's unassigned and things like that. And this is where they play games, unassigned. It's not unassigned. They put another line of code in here and assign different blocks to one block and then play with something called overlays where you think you're playing games on like the exchange and system and you have your Bitcoin wallet and your address, but it's actually connected to like a credit card, a bunch of credit cards. And then whenever those credit cards make a transaction, like 5 or 10 cents gets pulled into your Bitcoin account. That's what they've been doing. Because some of these people have second Bitcoin accounts that have a lot of money where they've been stealing from people. Thank you. So then you will be say open gold server. I'll say file. I'll say actually folder because this is a system like file and folder. Like if you guys got on the computer, this is a folder, right? I'm opening a folder and then in here is a file. So this is the folder and then this is the file. Speaking, by the way, one of the systems that we're going to be using is the Suquamish animal management system. And something really lethal happened with these people where a bunch of white people captured them up in Washington and try to hold them hostage and do a bunch of bullshit to them. So open gold server, right? So then I open gold server and then I could say, here, what I would do is I would write the specific function, open gold server, and then I could say that this gold server is 1, 2, 3, 4. I've opened 4 portals managed by what? Nobody. It's like no server. I don't need a website. I don't need GoDaddy. I don't need any of that. So I'll just go ahead and write Zwan Twitter. Zwan. Now, depending on how much I'm doing with chemicals, let's say for instance, it's an industrial farm or sorry, an industrial lab. I'm actually going to do this, right? And then I'm going to actually go Z 4 times, W 4 times, Q 4 times, W another 4 times. And that increases the force of physics. So then the server and the code can carry more capacity to impact the chemicals. So then I will go ahead and now do that. Then folder, open gold server, boom. Here you go. So I can trigger gold server. Then I go ahead and do this. And then I can say, what I would do is I would add a something like initiate. You could put like true false statements. True false statements wouldn't go here. True false statements would go when you are getting the money. You could say true. Some of you guys know coding. You could say true false statement like based on what? Swak and Twitter. And that's the molecular layer. There you go. Right. So then another thing that I'm going to do here is I'm going to put folder open gold server swak and Twitter. Now another thing that I'm going to go ahead and do is calculate. Like there's something like process messages right here. Boolean loops. There's a few Boolean loops in this, like 3 Boolean loops. The Boolean loops would be to process like your upload with the molecular layer. Another Boolean loop would be to then kick that back into the system and like do all the different functions that are automated. And then another Boolean loop would then be to kick out a function to you and let you know like how much you're going to be getting in your gold and stuff like that. Now it's no longer a Boolean loop, it's just like a loop. Boolean loops is how they hack people's computers and do a bunch of bullshit. There's a lot that I've exposed. Go on my website and look at a Bitcoin white paper. And it ended up in Forbes. There's a lot of shit that's been going on. So you could say process mineral, right? And then it could say process mineral. I can also go ahead here and go and say process crystal or melanin. It will send out the Zwankentour molecular layer. And then it will kick back into the computer. You have this much in your body. just like the RW Health Tech that they've been trying to break. So that's basically kind of like the concept of like the code, how you do it. Because some people like, do you put a spell on the computer? Not necessarily. You just code. You put it into the code. It's just coding. By the way, oh, you are really dumb for. I want you guys to go Google Biden Cash because I exposed it in this extra folder. You see this? I went through this whole code, the Bitcoin code, and I pulled out where they were going ahead and putting the scams and where you can put hyperdimensional code to have like a better token system. Yeah, see? Yep. He's reading the code for this. The guy that started Litecoin as well as Bitcoin, and he's like, how does she like know how to like put these in specific places? This is what they do to start shit. Minimum proof of work, all of this type of stuff, minimums, all these things, and they change it based on what exchange they're on, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, you could say like the minimum to cash out is, you could type this in, or you can say, let's say for instance, like, because this is like for Bitcoin, so that's something completely different. That's like a different type of coding. But let's say for instance, right, you want to like not like add to wallet, but like you can send to friend or update or like cash out or save for later. You would go ahead and get the Boolean loop and then you can do all that there. Or let's say for instance, oh, I want to transfer all of this into like a different mineral that I know is going to be on the planet or is going to be coming online onto the platform. So we can get something called laverge, which is gold lavender. Like it's like lavender, but it's like gold. Like not lavender, it's what's this color? This color, yeah, like lavender. It's like this, but it's gold, laverge, right? So you can get that, which is like 4 times the cost of this type of gold. Ooh, how do I get that, queen? By Violet Flame. Oh shit, that's what I'm working up to. I'm trying to get that. So that's big money. Now, how many times can you cash out? So let's say, for instance, you get this melanin. It's like $3 million. Boom. You only do it once because then with the bull with here, you can also put like start and stop like functions. So you can start and stop like processing all the money after like 3 times. So you can, let's say for instance, you like figuratively speaking, your melanin is only $1,000. You can cash out on that 3 times. So, but there'll be like a start and stop function in here where it won't let you do unlimited. But or you can put right here start stop function, start stop, based on a specific spell, and that's Irguas one here, Irguaqua. And that's basically you will get to cash out as many times as you are good. So this says start, stop, and then it says Irguaqua here. Oh, okay. So it goes based on each account. Right, there you go. So this is how you can do that. And then you can also like say group or like solo, or you can even do like, let's say for instance, like if you're involved in a school, you can do that. And then you're on your own, you can do that too. All right, guys. So that's what I have. There's just a little bit of coding. I want you guys to look into this. I'm going to be working with her. I really love what she does. I went to like one of her trainings and did one of her like retreats. Apps without code. And we don't have to code this. She's really dope. She's a nice person. I want you to go ahead and look into her program because you can go ahead and enroll, and she has every single thing that you can think of, like how to make your own like tech, whatever, without knowing how to code. It's like drag and drop. Yeah, I want you to look at her, and she's like doing a whole fucking lot. Apps without code, and then also too, she has something how to then convert that app into a code, so you can take it and work with it and do whatever you want. You can make an app overnight. I want you to look into her apps without code. So some of you guys are like, oh, okay, so how we're gonna get this out? So I want to get the team together though, the community around this, to build this thing out. We can use this, start getting people on there. But there's a few things that I want to do first too. Zodiac too is going to be on there. Okay, so I can get my melanin and my zodiac. Some people, like I said, I don't have melanin. You're zodiac. Okay, queen. How many placements? Up to 9 zodiac placements that are connected to karma and your past lives and your current, your higher self that lives on a different planet that has a baby, most likely with your mate already. Knows what you're doing, watching you, trying to remove your body from the planet if you're disrespecting them or disgracing them. They really do that. That shit is very scary. I almost died. And just a bunch of bullshit that they're watching you do. So clean that up, right? and get together. All right, so you use your zodiac. Now, some of the systems that I talked about all these systems. Okay, great. So now in some of these systems though that we've been like employing, right, for the public health, after I deploy them, I have to put down like a master anchor. Then I have to wait 5 days. I have to go into divination, and then they tell me what next system. Then I put down a whole bunch of speech, a whole bunch of models, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Okay, right, a whole bunch of other stuff, models and whatnot. And then I have to come back, and then they'll tell me put this down real quick, and then don't worry, sit, and then come back again in 8 hours. Okay, boom, that's perfect. After 8 hours, you're gonna layer this system. Okay, boom, wait 4 days, and then you put the system down. This is what they've been telling me to do. This is what I've been doing for months. You guys have no fucking clue. It's done for with the karmic, European, and the fuckery, and all of it is done. So get your melanin together, get it popping, get your chart together. Stop being ratchet. Stop lying on people. Stop doing glamour spells. Stop playing with fuckery, because God is here. And now you just saw God is about money. Yes, baby. God is about money. Drink that act, that act right, that good, that all that stuff when you act fucking right. So these are a few of my favorite things. That's what she said. Ho, oh, oh. Okay. So Queen, okay. But the server, how? You just go on GoDaddy, just buy a website, and that's it. And then what we do is we put in the code, this. You can open up like a layer of code in GoDaddy, in some of these, specifically GoDaddy. That's what people like it, so you can edit the server. But you buy like a spot on their server. You can go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you can just type in like and that's saying that there is no server here, but it will hold this website. So you can go like this, like this, and then you go ahead and you put the website, www.data.com. Oh, RW Health. Thank you, Leanne. Right. Right. Yeah. There you go. And then it will open and say rwhealthtech.com. Right. And then a portal will open. It will hold this, and then I can do a whole bunch of other stuff. I can put demons. So if anyone plays on my website, I can go ahead and put the name of the demon. Called the digital demon is like I his name is Guaquan. Guaquan. And then I could put a Guacatazi there, aka like what they call Pokemon is Guacatai, a digital Guacatazi there. She'll monitor the place and kill anybody that comes, and I can actually increase her force too. So I could say, her name is Zwanwi. Zwanwi. That's my baby Z. Zwanwi. I could put Zwanwi on there. She even has her own speech, right? So Zwanwi will be there like in little magicians, like small forms, millions upon trillions of them, monitoring the whole website. That's why it's very imperative that people really start to understand how much it's going to end. Thank you. So you can put Wagwan and you can put Zwani. Yeah, people have never seen. Hi, Cheryl. Yeah, she wasn't involved. They know her. I can't. Right. And then I can then attach the server, the chemical server here if I wanted to. So let's say for our RW Health Tech, I wanted to start giving you guys a dendrochrome. Oh, by the fucking way. Oh my freaking goodness. When you guys find out about this dendrochrome fuckery, nah. Baby, I can go ahead and say that this will host. I can go ahead and put like this, right? After this, I will go to, I teach this in a class, but I will go like this, 2 semicolons, and then I'll go like this, right? And then I will say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I will go ahead and I'm going to go put the name of the server that I'm going to attach here. And then I will say like, I'm going to attach it because it's a dendrochrome. I'm going to use 8 because it's the gold and stuff. It's only 4 because a dendrochrome is heavy. It's heavy. It's so heavy. It's real heavy. We're talking about big molecules, baby. And they're sitting fucking pretty. And I'm holographic. And I'm invisible. And I permeate any layer. And I can fix anything, even your broken pussy. But I won't let that happen because you deserve it. So you can go on here, right? And then you can go ahead and type in like Ardwaza Dwani. This actually, I'll type in the Aztec name for this, and this is and this is saying this is a server to bring down a dendrochrome. Any type of a dendrochrome, master server for a dendrochrome. So then I can go there and I can then program, okay, so a dendrochrome is going to be coming here, attached to this server. So when you go on there, not only can you just press and get it from the spirals and the server and the code, you can also get it from this now new chemical server, which is pumping a dendrochrome into you different types. This dendrochrome stuff, you guys, I swear to fucking God, I really cannot tell you We basically created like perm that has no crazy chemicals, makes your hair even longer, makes it thicker, and then you can like choose to wash it out of your hair whenever you're ready. Like just by like, okay, I just put a different adendochrome and now I can get my curl back. Do you know how lethal that is? Oh, baby, we can take a plant and I put an adendochrome on her and now I can turn her into a psychedelic. Oh, when I talk about cannabis, that's done. That's like so done. It's over. So I just wanted to show you guys some of the things that we're working on and what we're doing. It's really fun. There's a lot going on. I'm annoyed. There's work to do. Keep handling people. Iguasa's duanene, salakatawanene, ikarakatawanene, chakatawana chiso si chiso chisasoy. I do speak Chinese. That's done. Have a great day. Goodbye.